Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of season 3 with Serifix, branding your business with Serifix. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about Abeg and talking about why Abeg rebranded to Pocket App and if it was a good decision. Just try to dissect everything about their branding and marketing, things that changed. And to tackle this discussion, we have Enang here with us, Joseph Enang, our creative director at Serifix, and we also have Damilare Phillips, who is a digital strategist, and he's going to be on this episode with us. So let's start, right? Let's discuss. So let's talk about Abeg first of all. Let's talk about how Abeg started and start the conversation from there.
So I think Abeg launched in early 2021 and it went viral. As the name implies, it was a begging app for Twitter. Most especially also kids way above board, right? Like every tweet you see somebody asking for fast cash and
urgent 2K.
It was during that era of urgent 2K. It became like the app to collect your urgent 2K, and the I think it even started as a very simple app, very easy user face. It didn't have all the other features. A technical app. It was just a very simple, straightforward feature, right? And then it went.
So do you think it was after then that Piggyverse probably took interest in them, or?
So of course, last year, they sponsored BBN or a major sponsor also to the tune of almost $1 billion naira. So of course, if a app that is primarily used to solicit funds or beg, as the case may be, can raise 1 billion for marketing, of course it shows that a lot of money is coming into the app. It shows that a lot of people are begging.
I actually think that the whole Abeg thing was it made sense. It was nice. The fact that people could resonate with it, even down to the naming. I mean, you're using the app to ask people for money. You're technically begging for money. So we use the normal Yoruba slang Abeg. So it really made sense, and it was something that we could all resonate with as people in Nigeria. So if we're saying that Abeg was a name that could resonate with people and the whole brand was actually making sense, and then it was tallying with their marketing. I mean, they were using Twitter. It's not even them that were marketing. People were marketing it. Everybody was talking about it.
Because of course, if you want to ask for money, they're how do I send it to you? You just so it actually even moved people from the whole bank app thing.
Right? Because a lot of fintechs have been springing up around that time.
So it pulled traffic from you having to send your account number on Twitter, and they'll probably 2 months later, if you're trying to call somebody out, they'll be like, I know the one that you're dropping the account number on every tweet in 1995 or something like that. Right? So the Abeg helped what's that English? Modernized
begging. Tushed begging. Corporate begging. That's
so
it.
It moved from the whole beg shaming. I don't know if that's the word. Beg shaming. How we've grown on Twitter. I'm saying Twitter a lot because I spend
more time there. That's actually where the traffic was coming from. I'll be honest. It wasn't really Instagram. I'll be honest. So it was Twitter.
The whole attitude of trying to shame somebody for
begging
for help. So Abeg help moved
change the narrative.
Exactly. A little bit. So I think last week I was having a discussion with a friend about tech startups, right? And the idea that it has to solve a problem. It does not. Abeg didn't solve a problem. Right?
You have a point.
Abeg didn't just solve a problem.
Kind of brought up
A
just
new
improve connectivity.
Facebook didn't solve a problem if you look at.
Yeah, actually, because they were still communicating
Yeah,
fine
they're
at that
still
time.
communicating. Snapchat. Please tell me what problem Snapchat is solving. TikTok, like
They're not
yeah, they're
really
like the
solving.
best or most popular um tech startup out there or outfit out there are not actually out to solve a problem. They're just out to make life easier,
Easier and more interesting.
improve entertainment, improve socialization,
Mm.
right? And Abeg, as the case may be, improved begging.
Yeah. You hear me keep saying begging is
It's because it rhymes with the name, right? Abeg.
okay. So now that like we've established the fact that Abeg actually made sense as a brand, so why exactly did they now change their name and change their brand identity? Like why? Like what do you think? Let's start with Enang.
I guess Speaking had like bigger. I don't know. Well, if it's Speaking or Abeg per se, they had like a broader, let's say, goal or scope for the Abeg,
Mm.
right? Move it from just begging, quote unquote, to like a social commerce platform.
Mm.
It's basically e-commerce on social media.
Yeah.
So
That's like Instagram shop,
yeah, like Instagram
basically.
shop.
Or Shopify with
Then Shopify doesn't have the social
social
aspect of it. Yeah.
I think there are also shops like that on Facebook as well.
Yeah, there's also
Exactly.
marketplace on Facebook.
Yeah. So all of those things. Since Abeg was already thriving, I mean,
Yeah. But then
the actual change of name, though, right?
mm,
So I think it would affect the whole rebranding and
Yeah.
having to now spend a lot to
because they're even sponsoring BBN again as headline sponsor this year. So it's more like as if all the money that they spent.
but no, I'm sorry, right? There was user acquisition at the last BBN sponsorship.
Mm.
Yeah, it's because I learned that their users actually grew exponentially. It's because of
BBN.
right? So now I think they have all the information of those people. It's still on the app,
Okay.
right? So it was not a waste.
Mm.
They have the audience on Abeg. They're just trying to migrate
Yeah.
those guys.
But then don't you think that whole aspect of them resonating with the name, the whole Abeg, because the whole Abeg brand kind of ties to us as Nigerians. So changing that name to Pocket App kind of loses that effect. I don't know if you guys get what I mean.
So I think a shift in purpose.
Mm.
The other Abeg app was, I mean, solicits for and Pocket is to I don't know
buy and
yet.
sell.
Yeah, buy and sell.
Buy and sell.
Yeah. So like imagine trying to sell on Abeg. It's like
Okay.
you're trying to
You have a point.
they're trying to
Not
beg
begging
people to yeah. Speaking Vest on its own has like a lot
Of resources.
of resources,
Funds,
and
users.
Abeg on its own still have like a different class of users and stuff, right? Imagine them, yeah.
Imagine them is a bad imagine them is risky. it's risky. I don't know. In my opinion, Sha, I still think that the whole e-commerce thing could have still worked under the name Abeg. I don't know, that's just my thinking. Because in the real sense of it, even if people were using, because they actually started the business version of Abeg before they rebranded into Pocket App.
Yeah.
There's a food business that I know that actually love their food, and like they also had their business on
On
Abeg. I
Abeg.
even created a business account on Abeg,
really?
just to, like test and see what it was and stuff. And like it was working. Do you get? People were like, it was buying and selling. Like you actually place orders for food on the Abeg app. Do you understand? Because they were already adding features like giveaway features. They were adding they added a TL, the timeline. Okay, that was like, I think that was the last thing that they were working on before you started hearing about Pocket App. So I think it could have still worked. It's just a matter of communication. And like, it's not bad. All the people that ask for urgent 2K, I mean, I can ask for urgent 2K even if I have a full-time job or I'm working 9 to 5. Like, I don't have to be broke before I ask for urgent 2K.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I can also sell
I can't be asking.
Do you
for-
get?
I can't be asking for
I mean, it's
tickets.
possible now. Like, I'm legit serious. Like, people on Twitter were just using it to play. Some people were just using it to chill.
Yeah.
Like, I'm friends with Enang, and I can say, okay, Enang, I want to just give bless your life today or take urgent 2K. Do you get? Like, it doesn't have to be. It's not. I would say it was tied to the whole begging thing, but not everybody was using it to beg.
But
Yeah.
So it's not a bad idea to say that okay, Abeg is there, but okay, now you can actually do buy and sell
Can
it
I ask
under it.
you a question? What do you when you hear
Abeg.
what comes to your mind?
Please.
I'm not even talking about the word alone. The app. Let's.
Okay.
Abeg doesn't exist again.
Okay,
Forget
okay,
app, it was.
okay.
Now go back to when Abeg existed.
Yeah.
When you hear Abeg,
Mm-hmm.
what comes to your mind?
Please.
Urgent skill or please.
Yeah,
Now,
what comes to my
like
mind
you
is
said,
please.
at that time still there were people who were using it beyond just. I mean, it's still money transfer in the sense, but
Mm-hmm.
for the purpose of sales, right? So I think that's probably the main reason why they had to make that shift. The whole mindset. There are a lot of people who won't get that. Okay, someone's business is running on a big app. Some
Yeah.
people, like you mentioned, there are users that PDVS had, and there are users that
Abeg had.
had gotten.
Yeah.
Right? Some people would have that fixed. I mean, it's how do I put it?
It's psychological,
Yes,
yes.
thank you very much. It's psychological. So it's like a beg app, send me money, I send you money. That's what's on your mind.
And just
Right? You will
function
hardly
on
ever
that.
think of the business side of
The
it.
business side of it.
So
Okay, you have
to
a point.
solidify, and I think that's literally the only reason they gave.
Okay,
Just
but
to solidify their
what
move.
if they are just like left the Abeg app there?
What if?
Like, I
You
mean,
never know.
Okay,
and just like build pockets app. Do you understand?
Also, that's I defeated that the
The
whole
whole purpose of acquiring a
of
big.
acquiring a break. It's like
Unless you're saying
for a bank when Echo Bank acquired Intercontinental Bank. I'm not sure. I know there was one Continental Bank and then another bank came to Sky Bank.
Is this Sky Bank?
It's Polaris Bank. When Polaris Bank acquired Sky Bank, they could have still left that Sky Bank. But then what's the
whole point of
point? Or when
acquiring?
Access acquired
Access acquired Diamond.
Diamond.
And of my own actual question is, out of all the names to rebrand that big,
Why pocket?
Why pockets?
The pockets does not seem like a
guess-
Sales
I guess-
platform.
I
Abi?
guess when you go to buy stuff,
You
money comes
Also, yeah, right. Also, that even it looks much more on a disadvantage level. The pocket is meant to either keep phones,
Yeah,
and for an app that they are meant to be
spending. Yeah. So I think the issue is actually the
selling.
name. The
I think
new
the
name is
does
off.
just came
Yeah.
as a shocker to everyone.
Yeah, like
Like of all names, why not?
There's a likelihood it will still. I mean,
it will still thrive, honestly, because at the end of the day, human beings are human beings. But in the next 6 months, everybody will get used to it.
exactly.
By the time they constantly communicate their brand and like tell that story, like it will obviously resonate with people at the end of the day. But then at this period of time, yeah, let's be honest, they're actually losing users. Me, I've left them, I've abandoned them.
Yes, expose yourself.
Yes, I'll expose myself. I only used it like once or twice to transfer money like to somebody and like I received money. I never even used the business platform. I never won a giveaway.
Ever.
So
The giveaway part that is funny.
that's funny. What strategy do you think that they can imbibe in terms of, let's start with marketing, that would get people to get used to this new name, even if we think that it may not have been the right name?
But the issue is that first, right? So we much more how much more interested in the name or in the function, right? Is the function needed? Is it something that we actually do need now?
My opinion,
Yeah.
I don't think it's needed. Because
Function, what exactly?
like the whole buying and selling thing, the whole social e-commerce.
E-commerce.
Do you think?
Because yeah, see, the ideology of socialization is not to spend money.
Actually,
The whole idea, like, yeah, so right, create a social platform for Nigerians, like Nairaland, right, and then and then build it and start selling on that app. It's
That's
much more
what Instagram did.
effective than building a app to sell. People don't like buying. I've known that. No, it's people who don't like being sold to. They like buying, right? So if I want to intentionally wake up and say I want to go and buy, unless I need
You need something.
the a thing. So it's a defeat. I think it defeats the whole point of social is in an e-commerce, right? So as for me, I would recommend you tone down a lot on the e-commerce aspects, yeah, and just push
The socialization part.
bring people on the app, bring
Yeah.
on the app, and then
Now
start
instant interest.
selling.
But then that's exactly what happened with Abeg. Because Abeg was more of a social thing at first.
Yeah.
Then they now introduced giveaway. Then they now introduced the business. Do you understand what I mean? So it's like as if there's really no. It's like as if they're starting all over again. That's just how it looks
With
like.
the
Not
crowd.
necessarily. If you think about the particular function that Pocket App serves, did it exist in Piggyverse prior to this time?
Piggyverse itself. Okay, it didn't exist in
You
Piggyverse.
get so like you mentioned earlier now, building
was to save, I think.
Save and invest,
so
yes.
they are a financial company, first
Company.
and foremost. So everything finance definitely as you're pursuing growth. So you think of when opportunities come by, you think of how to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah.
Abeg app was like an opportunity
Opportunity for
to
them.
branch into something more.
Was it?
I think it's an advantage. Wait, I think it's an advantage for
It's an advantage in that
Piggyverse.
sense
Is that-
because
is
they
that-
didn't like you mentioned the whole point. You emphasized or you gave the advice that if you want this to work as much as if you really want it to work, you focus more on socialization than the sales,
the e-commerce.
than the e-commerce. Right now, the Piggyverse really have that whole.
But then
socialization
again, no.
and that.
Let's look at Carrywise.
Did-
Carrywise
They
has
did
has
manage
social. They imbibe socialization into their app. They have crowd group savings.
Piggyverse has that.
Group savings. They have group savings. So like, I don't know. Can't Piggyverse have just added it? I mean, or like,
Piggyverse has
and
group
that was what they
savings.
did at first. Because on Piggyverse app, they said you can link your Abeg account
Yeah.
to Piggyverse.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They could have just continued on from there if socialization was like the key thing. But then if they're looking at e-commerce as the key thing,
Yeah.
maybe that's when
Yes, you don't know what
So
they're
that, I
thinking.
feel like the whole idea just sounded like you know all these ideas that someone will share with you, be like
mad. Let's move on.
let's go into it. Right?
Yeah.
And then I sincerely hope it works.
It works.
And again, if I know people, if I know a psychology of
Human being.
and sales,
If you constantly push it,
yeah.
You're
That's why
right.
you would hear a song for the first time and be like, nah, I don't like it. And then you will hear for like the 20th time and you start popping.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it, right? So but then it takes a lot of funding
yeah,
to
to push.
market and remarket and market.
Yeah, that's actually my own concern, the funding part, because they really spent a lot last year, BBN, and they're spending a lot again this year. Well, I mean, they have the money, so
I'm looking
Abi?
at the actual users of Abeg and Piggyverse, right? They have like a ready audience for socialization, because I think the age range of these guys are probably from say 30 to like 18, right? Or just or judging with adult age range, right? Probably from Gen Z's and millennials, right? Basically, now most of these guys are not really business, are just starters at businesses, right? So of course, right, this age range are the people selling perfumes,
Yeah.
selling thrift stores,
Thrift, yeah,
human
actually.
hair, and the rest. So they are it's most likely going to pull the audience from their say IG audience, their Twitter audience, a Facebook audience. I mean, like we now have a store on Abeg you can actually pay.
Pockets.
Since
Pocket.
Pocket. Since Facebook and Instagram have not fully integrated a payment platform in Nigeria. So
I think
You have
I
a
think-
point
I
there.
think
Pockets by Abeg, I think would have been a better option. Pockets. Is it Pocket app by Abeg now that would have made sense, or Pockets by Abeg instead of Pocket by Piggyvest, so that Abeg name can still go along with. Because if you look at the Pocket app, some features that were in the Abeg app are still in Pocket app. Do you understand? So even if we're going to do a rebrand or anything like that, I mean, Pockets by Abeg would have been better. What do you guys think?
Pocket.
I'm thinking of I think it's like a popularity test. Abeg and
Piggyvest.
who is much more
Abeg.
Wait, much more
wait,
what?
wait.
Popularity test, like who is much more
I say
popular?
Abeg, like the answer you're saying Abeg.
No, like I mean Abeg. I mean Abeg as an answer. Like, first of all, the
I
Abeg,
actually think
the Abeg word
exactly.
alone, you're using that, right?
I mean as an app, right? I think Piggyvest is like
Piggyvest has to be more popular.
More popular.
Yes, it's just that within that period of Abeg's launching, all the focus was on them.
Mm.
So it
But
was
then
more of
again,
a
what
trending
if
period.
that thing continued?
Then
They would have surpassed they would have gained more popularity and surpassed popularity of
Yeah,
Piggyvest, because that name alone, Abeg, is popular from the onset. Everybody in Nigeria knows Abeg, like the word Abeg. So if they see an app that is named Abeg, it will obviously spark their curiosity. Everybody will know.
It would spark their curiosity in what aspect?
In the app, basically,
Same.
like there's a product that is named Abeg.
seeing a product named Abeg
Will spark curiosity,
in the
like-
same way seeing a product named Weary.
Do you get?
Will spark your curiosity.
but then it would I mean you will not I think of an Abeg app as a sales platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you
yes.
understand?
Which is what we
That's
mentioned earlier.
why I
And you can't
suggested
rebrand
Pocket.
Abeg.
You
Probably
can't
done-
rebrand
they probably
Abeg, but you
done-
can say
Piggyvest has probably marketing team there has probably done a lot more research than we could.
definitely. I mean, yeah, they have enough resources
So
for
if you
that.
can't rebrand Abeg in Nigeria, it's the meaning will still be
Will still be
equivalent over any
mm.
form of rebranding you are doing, and you would spend much more trying to
correct.
Correct
the
the
mindset.
mindset.
Of Abeg.
Okay, I like the way you put it. Just
Yeah,
now. It's better
yeah.
to change the image than trying to correct.
the
Yeah,
origin
yeah,
of
your-
the existing.
words.
Wow. So that means that at the end of the day, if you want to answer the question that was the rebrand necessary, it was necessary. Because because we cannot change people's thinking of the word
Because
Abeg.
imagine I tell you, you now say, guy, Abeg, give me that. No, don't say Abeg.
It's like
Because do you understand?
like trying to change the purpose of the chair from sitting down to taking it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Or having an app on there and not trying to change or that.
Or that-
does not mean it means
Yeah.
somebody that can
Or
be
there
active.
is a studying app.
They say you're like yo.
Yeah. okay. I think the rebrand was necessary if you look at it from that angle. But then again, we can say that like their team, they have actually done a lot of thought process to this and probably ended up
No, I'm sure not
Here.
comfortable with Pocket
as the name
being a
being-
sales app.
being a
right?
sales app, right?
Use-
Pockets.
Wait, is there any popular name that any popular lingua for Nigerian market? I know
Mami Market is there.
close. But is there any lingua in market?
I don't think so.
How
Oja.
much?
Oja is Yoruba
Oja is
now.
Yoruba,
It's Yoruba, it's not-
It would cut.
Yeah, some tribes. I don't think there's any
I'd have used how much that.
how
Okay.
much.
It's
Ah.
a syllable of words though.
Abeg, how much? Ooh.
Abeg, Pocket, how much?
Yeah.
So how
That
much
would have
much
been
more,
better.
but
I
then
get
to have
you.
removed
Abeg is like a statement.
serialization. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
So
a
how
full-
much is like how much?
Yeah. Give me high five. Yeah, did there. That's it. So yeah, let's round up. But we've actually learned a lot. At least, like we've been able to see how strategy. This thought process now is actually what happens in a strategy session. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So as business owners out there listening to this episode, at least we can know that there is an importance when it comes to making decisions in naming your business, in developing the product, and also like studying how people would accept the product that you're trying to, build. So strategy sessions are actually interesting and important, and we've been able to like dissect Abeg and like talk about how everything was. You can pick one or two things from this episode, and I hope it actually impacted you.
So I beg
your last.
take out your phone from your pocket.
Nice.
Thank you. Abeg, please
Punchline.
follow us on all social media platforms. Abeg.
Don't
Yeah.
forget your phone.
Take out
Yeah.
your phone from your pocket.
Thank you guys so much for being here with us. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in our next episode. Bye. Peace.